Okay, let's get going and let's see how we're going. Now, welcome everybody. Nice to look, there they are. Yes.
Oh,
woo! Great
I
to
was
see
looking
you.
at that.
No, don't look at that. Okay, we've got a different setup here. It's a bit mad. We're in our new place.
Yes, we're actually at Toast Club.
We're in Toast
Not
Club. We
the
are
usual-
broadcasting live
Not that
from
you'd recognise.
Toast Club. Isn't that amazing? Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely amazing.
And it's very exciting, but a bit scary as well. Because so many things could go wrong.
Absolutely, so many things going on. So look, the Delaney's there. Phil, Aidan, Abigail and Adam,
Oh,
Ruby,
yes,
and the
Aidan.
Mucklows. Yeah, great to see you.
Yay.
Fantastic, fantastic. Now, we've got loads of things in store. We've just about got the technical side sorted out. So we can go to our craft area. Woo!
Ooh, we've got
We
craft
can
area.
go to our Susan's going to sing area.
Woo!
Well, that needs a little bit of sorting. And we can go to our hello. Yeah, you can move over a bit more if you want.
Can I?
So you can. Well, the
Okay.
microphone's there.
Okay.
So
Well, can we say
Yeah.
happy birthday to Jane? Happy birthday, Jane. And also happy birthday to Ruby yesterday. Oh, hello, George. George has just arrived as well. Good to see you, George.
Mm.
And yeah, very exciting. So I think Ruby is 7 now. And I don't know about Jane. We won't ask. But happy birthday anyway. All very exciting. And in other news, I think we've all got to watch, and I'm probably going to get this name wrong, so you can help me out. Is it something to do with chugging stuff? Is it something to do with chug? Trains, because Faith is doing the voice of Piper, a little train.
Piper. She's doing the voice of Piper.
And that's got to go, and that's going out on Sunday.
Oh,
on
is it?
CBBS.
Good.
So we've all got to watch that.
Yeah, we have. Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I've not seen that before.
Yeah.
So all very exciting. How's school going, folks? Homeschool? Well, some of you are going into school.
Mm.
How's it going?
You can type that. Look, they're typing away, Sue. So we've got you on a different screen this time, but I'm controlling it from my computer. So let's have a look.
Yeah, and Nicole, say hi. Hi, Jacob and Chloe.
George Hill is there. Did
Yeah,
you say that
said
already?
hello to-
Okay, sorry.
And I said hello
Nicole's
to
are there as well.
Ruby and Zara.
Great.
And Sunday 8:35 a.m. Who's up at 8:35 a.m.? Just the children.
I'll put that on record, I think.
And yes, so we've got to watch. I think we'll watch it on the iPlayer.
Now, we're trying something new today. We've got this microphone plugged in straight into my laptop. So it's not coming down the usual mixing desk because we found the sound kept falling out. But it does mean that we've got a slight funny delay in the sound. I hope it doesn't put you off too much. So it's a bit like, you can see there's a funny sort of delay there, either video or, I can't, which way you went round was it?
I think the sound was.
Was it the sound was first?
No.
Yes. So the video's a tiny bit, about 7 frames delay. Yeah.
We've got to say hello to Abigail and Adam as well.
Oh, hello.
Properly.
Yes. Okay. And Bad Harry, what's
I'm not
going on?
quite sure.
What is going on with the Mucklows?
I don't know what Harry's up to.
There's a lot going on in the chat with the Mucklows. That's all I can say. Yes. Right. Well,
Yeah,
here we are. Look,
Toast Club.
the Toast
Song.
Club. What we've done? I haven't finished yet. I'm
Okay.
finished.
Okay.
I'm just praying that the Toast Club song is still there. We're in the Headmaster's set for the next exciting instalment of that Advent public calendar, which we started to film just before lockdown hit again, or continued to film, shall I say, and then of course that brought everything to a halt. So we had to repeat last year's, but so this is the Headmaster's study. Yeah, and I've even there's a nice little piece that goes on it. But it's probably,
Don't mess it up.
see that bit there?
Yeah,
See
don't
this
mess
bit here?
my Christmas tree.
Look, see this bit here? That kind of goes. That should cover that gap there. Yeah. See, it's still being made. So now it's going to be a wonky piece of scenery just for today.
So each
Look, it's
time,
being built in front of you.
Each time we do Toast Club, bits will change.
Or fall off. Yes, one or the other. Yeah.
I
Right.
mean-
I think it's time. For the Toast Club song. Are you ready, everybody? Get up on your feet, because here it comes.
We haven't done this since the beginning of December.
No,
So
are you
I
up
hope
to
you
see?
can remember it.
Let's
Yes,
go. Let's
yes,
do it.
I'm up.
Toast. It sounds fun and yummy to me. 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 Toast is a treat, hey come and see. Toast is a treat, hey come and see. Don't miss this opportunity. Don't miss this opportunity. Amazing fun, sensational time. Amazing fun, sensational time. At Toast Club we'll do just fine. At Toast Club we'll do just fine. Toast. It sounds fun and yummy to me. Toast. It sounds fun and yummy to me. Join the trail, just one way. Join the trail, just one way. Follow the arrow, here today. Follow the arrow, here today. Stay close, come on. Follow the guide. Stay close, come on. Follow the guide. We'll find God's treasure side by side. We'll find God's treasure side by side. Toast. It sounds fun and yummy to me. Toast. It sounds fun and yummy to me. Toast. Yeah.
We're on the webcam. Don't know if that worked or not. We're on the webcam. All these settings here.
I
Look,
don't even know where the webcam
I can do
is.
this, and suddenly on my computer setting, it's like that's the wrong camera, Gromit.
Oh, you've got this.
No, that's because I went to the wrong one. I went to our fourth camera today.
This Richard
4
needs
cameras.
to go to film school again.
Oh, I was doing church this week and trying to get the words up, as well as changing camera angles, as well as just doing everything. But anyway, okay.
So while you're doing that, I can just say we've got a few spaces on our headmaster study behind us. So if you've got any really good pictures, maybe that you've done, or maybe your craft or something like that, maybe send us in. We'll try and print them, will we?
Yeah.
Put them up. I don't know.
We could do, yes. You can always send them there to contact@thetoastclub.uk. Don't forget to put the hyphens in. Right, okay. Now I'm going to go over to Charlie. And Charlie. No, it's not in there. Kitchen. He's not in the kitchen. Where's he gone then? All right, Charlie. I must go outside and get my hat and coat. Where's he gone? Have you seen him? He's not with you, is he? Oh, it's cold out there. Right. Let's go see if we can find him. Right, where is he? You in here? No, he's not in there. You in here? Mucking about? Hello? Right. He's got to be in here somewhere. Let's have a look in the old shed. Hello? 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 Nope. Oh, where's he gone? See that monkey? If he's in the gazebo. Yeah, he might be in the gazebo. So he's not in there. Oh dear, oh dear. Wonder if he's looking at the fish. Charlie, you here, Charlie? Hello, hello. Oh, that reminds me. Right. A bit more over there. Oh, I don't know where he is then. Oh no, he's not up on the roof, is he? Charlie? Well, where is he? He's got to go back down again. Don't know where he is. What are you doing in there? What? I'll come in. Oh, so this is where he is. So that's where you've been. In here. Was that? Didn't I know where you'd be? Counting up your bananas? In the banana house? This isn't a banana house, Charlie. This is my store. It's a banana store. Oh, I see. Right, okay. Yes, well, I didn't know where you'd be, but I mean, you know, I suppose it does make sense that you be here counting up your bananas. Yes, because this is your most favourite place to be, isn't it? Yes, yes. And obviously when I go looking and you haven't told me where you're going to be, I should just understand that I should be here in the banana house. God, yeah, well, that's nice. Are you growing bananas here as well? Oh, you are you? Well, what about our electricity bills? What electricity bills? You know, the money we have to pay for all the light. No, it's not free, Charlie. No, it's not free. Yeah. I think you better come in with me and we'll do a little bit of talking about this and that, I think. Yes. Right, come here. Charlie, that's pumping out loads of electricity. What is it? It's not the gazebo heater. Oh, it is it? Right. Come on now. It's time to go. What? The banana? Okay, yeah, all right. Yeah. Take one banana with you. Yeah, that's fine. Just the one. Yes, just the one. Excited about his banana now. Leave. Okay, you can't have it just yet. You've been counting them, haven't you? And now we're going to go back and we're going to put it in the fridge, and we're going to eat it later for tea. Say goodbye to everyone, Charlie. He says goodbye. Right, come on, let's go. Well, Charlie, dear oh dear oh. Why can you see it on that screen over there? Well, it's a 30-second delay.
I think there was some delay going on with your voice, isn't there?
Yes, there's a bit of delay today. Yes, I don't know what that caused that, but anyway, we'll try and get that sorted out
well, it's good to
a little
see
bit
you've
later.
got
But yes, yeah, that's right. Oh look, there was no data there for a moment. Ooh, dear oh dear.
Oh, we're working again then.
Yeah, we might have frozen there for a moment, but anyway, we're back again. So anyway, so
well, I hope Charlie can't read the comments because the Mucklows don't like bananas. Maybe if they have any spare ones, they can give them to you, Charlie.
Oh, he's reading the monitor. He's reading the monitor.
No. Well, the embarrassing thing about that is that you saw our garden and our outhouses.
It's a creative garden, my wife, and it's creative storage.
Yes, our children used to play a game when they were younger to get from one end of the garden to the other without touching the ground. I think you probably still do that.
Yeah.
Still do that. So,
You can do that, Charlie.
Yes, I bet
You can
Charlie
do that.
could
Yes, yes. He
So
can
I
do it
don't know
right
what
to the
your
banana
gardens
store.
are like,
It's bananas.
but I have a question for you because we're going to go into our Bible story at the moment, and
Charlie, you need to hop away.
St. Luke wrote his gospel, and it says
Go on
right
to
at the
that.
beginning he got lots of eyewitness accounts, and he's the only one that talks about kind of Jesus as a young child and Mary and what their thoughts were. There's lots of stories in Luke's gospel, and one of them is about Jesus getting lost. So I reckon he, or someone very close to him, actually interviewed Mary and said, what was Jesus like as a child? Or what can you remember from Jesus growing up? And this is one of those stories. And just as an aside, I thought, have you ever spoken to a granny or a grandparent, someone older, and said, what were your parents like when they were little boys and girls? I mean, I think one of your parents was taught by somebody that goes to this church at her school, for example.
Right.
But it's quite interesting finding out what our parents were like when they were children. So this is a story of when Jesus was only 12 years old.
Now I hope this is all lined up, as it was
You've
earlier.
got some pictures.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you can do the story, and I can do
okay.
or I can show it. I've got it as a narrator doing it. But yeah. Ready?
Oh.
We'll do that, and then you can talk about it afterwards. So here we go.
Okay.
Here's our story. If I've linked it in correctly.
Every year, Jesus' parents went to Jerusalem for the festival of the Passover. When he was 12 years old, they went up to the festival according to the custom. After the festival was over, while his parents were returning home, the boy Jesus stayed behind in Jerusalem. But they were unaware of it. Thinking he was in their company, they travelled on for a day. Then they began looking for him among their relatives and friends. When they did not find him, they went back to Jerusalem to look for him. After 3 days, they found him in the temple courts, sitting among the teachers, listening to them and asking them questions. Everyone who heard him was amazed at his understanding and his answers. When his parents saw him, they were astonished. His mother said to him, "Son, why have you treated us like this? Your father and I have been anxiously searching for you." "Why were you searching for me?" he asked. "Didn't you know I had to be in my father's house?" But they did not understand what he was saying to them. Then he went down to Nazareth with them and was obedient to them. But his mother treasured all these things in her heart. And Jesus grew in wisdom and stature and in favour with God and man.
Right, you've got something to say about Jesus and the...
Well, yes, and the chat time. In that story, Jesus wasn't really lost because he knew where he was, and he couldn't quite understand why his parents were so flustered. Now, sometimes when we get engrossed in maybe a game or something, or we go wandering, and we just forget the time, our poor parents get a bit worried. So I was just thinking, especially computer games and things, so make sure you don't stay too long on your computer games.
And we think, why are parents getting flustered? I mean, I've only been on this game 3 hours.
Yeah, but this is significant because Mary remembered what Jesus said about being in his Father's house.
Yeah, for 3 days.
Yeah, which is a strange thing to say, but in a way it's a reminder that he was already realising that God was his Father.
Yeah.
And he had a special job for him to do. But Jesus had to grow up, and so he would have been the same age as a lot of you. So in this story, he was 12 years old.
Yeah, that's true.
But he would have had a 7th birthday.
Yeah.
And he would have been all those ages, so he knows what it's like to be a child. And all the frustrations and annoyances, and when you don't think anybody understands you, or you just lose your temper or something like that, or you just get... Jesus knows what it's like to be. So you can always talk to Jesus and pray to him. Because I think when we think of Jesus and praying to him, we always think of somebody older. But actually, he was a child as well, so he knows what it's like.
I've got a question about this.
Oh, yeah.
Now, Jesus is supposed to be perfect,
Mm-hmm.
but the fact that he'd left his parents behind and was in the temple chatting away for 3 days.
They left him behind.
Yeah, okay. But, you know, they hadn't caught up with him at all. He was there 3 days. Hadn't he known, oh, I wonder where my parents are. Oh, I should go and look for them. Wasn't he sinning?
Well, I don't think he knew.
No, he wasn't sinning because he was a 12-year-old. And to him, he was in his father's house. It was obvious. And he was having a great time chatting to the teachers of the law. And they were chatting to him and talking to him, and he was probably teaching them. And an awful lot was going on. Yeah? So it's a question of maturity. What do you expect, parents, from a 12-year-old? What do you expect from a 7-year-old? Now, as a parent, I could easily go, well, honestly, I mean, as a 12-year-old, I would have thought this, that, and this, that. But I'm not expected to act as a 12-year-old, am I? I'm expected to act as a grown-up. And if I act as a 12-year-old, people will see the difference. Okay? So there is a difference being a 12-year-old. And you do think differently. You haven't got all the adult thinking about everything and about, oh, lunch, they'll be thinking about me for lunch, or this or that. I'll be upsetting my mother. I'll be over here. He was in his father's house. He was delighting in talking about his heavenly Father. And the time just went. And Mary did think about that and did ponder that in her heart. So it wasn't kind of just a, you naughty boy, you've done this, you've done that, don't you ever go and leave this, blah, 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 blah. Just a minute. Let me think about this. What was actually going on here? What was Jesus thinking? Because I know what I was thinking. But what was Jesus? He's only 12 years old. He was, wow. Actually, it was quite amazing what Jesus was thinking. Just being 12, absolutely amazing.
But
But
we're going to do a song later, which is excellent to be obedient. And it is good. It says about Jesus went home, he was obedient to his
he was,
family.
yeah.
So that's a tough one, being obedient. But it's really worth it. Now, craft time, before we go off. Hopefully you've got your craft packs and you're wondering what on earth is in our craft pack. Well, there's 2 easy ones for today. One is a lovely picture, which is nice, easy. It says, young Jesus at the temple. You just go find him in there by colouring in all those colours. So that's a nice, easy one. And the other nice, easy one is the little scroll. Because in the temple, that's what they used to read, and that's how they read books.
Oh, sorry, Sue. You should have said change to camera 4.
Change to camera 4. There's the picture.
I'm looking at you. And we could have been looking at that, yes.
And there we are. And there's your little scroll. So you should have with you 2 lollipop sticks, some paper, which if you just tear, you can maybe do it with a ruler, put the ruler down, so that it's just a bit smaller than the lollipop sticks. And then you can either glue it or sellotape it, and then you can roll it up.
Brilliant.
When you've done, you can write a little message on it, but either it was like that, or in Jewish day, in Jesus' days, they actually wrote, and I think they still do in certain languages, from the right to the left. And I'm going to show you how to do mirror writing in the second half.
Oh, wow, that sounds exciting. Right, okay.
Yeah.
Well, there is another craft that we've put in there, but we haven't put up the details of how to make it. So can you just pass that one over? Okay. Oh, well, yeah, okay. You can demonstrate it on there. So it's a little bit complicated, and as Sue is incorrectly demonstrating it, yeah,
Shall I give it to you?
Yeah, give it to me, and I'll demonstrate it. Okay. Right. So.
That's more to do at another time,
Okay.
isn't it? When
That's
you're feeling
this way up.
very
Really.
creative.
Okay.
Whoops.
Now, this is Herod's temple, or the temple that Herod built. It's not all the complex, but you never know, we might start making that later. And that's what the front looked like. So if I go to camera 4, that's what the front looked like. Okay, and it's quite a magnificent temple. But in the temple, the top was a T shape, and you can see that the actual temple inside was underneath this bit here, and it was inside. And you walked through the door, and you went into it in here. Okay, And all these outer chambers here were little rooms people stayed in or looked after things from and what have you. And at the top, there was another big room in the top. Okay, but the main temple bit where the altar was and everything was just through the doors here and in there. Okay, so it's quite an interesting building, and it's quite a difficult make. So it's just the older ones of you will probably make this. But what I've done is I've knocked out the top here so that you can put in
Your pencils.
your pencils, not just lolly sticks, but your pencils, or leftover Christmas decorations, or whatever it might be. Okay,
Very exciting.
and that shaft on the inside that we've created will go all the way down to the bottom here, so you can keep your pencils nice and tidy. And then that sticks. We'll go to this camera, and that sticks onto there with the front in. And it says on the front, "Why did you have to look for me? Didn't you know that I had to be in my Father's house?" Which could have really annoyed Mary and Joseph, but Mary thought about it a little bit more. Okay, over to you, Sue. Oh, I'll put that on the website. There'll be details of how to cut round the sheets that we've given you, because you've got to get the cutting right. But I've got a cut sheet with a red line to show you the path to cut.
That's a real challenge for future.
That's a real
models.
challenge. So that'll be. I'll pop that up tomorrow, some point, if you feel a need to do it.
Quiz time.
Quiz time. It's quiz time. It's quiz time.
Yeah,
Okay.
but you
So
stayed with us for the quiz.
yeah, here we go. Here we go. You quiziteers. All right. Okay. So Sue, I believe you're.
Yes,
You've got.
I've
So
got the first
have you got a
question.
piece of paper? Have you got a piece of paper? Piece of paper.
Paper,
You need a
pen.
piece of paper and a pen.
Where's
Or
Charlie,
pencil.
by the way? Isn't he still around?
Charlie's just having a nap. Yeah.
Okay.
Um, and I'll write them down, and then we'll give you the answers at the end. Okay. See how you do. See how you do.
Right,
Okay.
yes. First question is all to do with Charlie. Right at the beginning, he was messing around somewhere, wasn't he? Well, he didn't know he was messing around. He'd just forgotten the time.
Oh,
You were
yeah,
looking
that's
for
right.
him.
Yeah, I
weren't
was
you?
looking for him. Yeah. Yeah.
So where was he?
Mm.
Was he number 1 in the kitchen? Number 2 in the garden? Number 3 in one of the sheds? Number 4 on a shed roof? Or 5 up a tree?
I went everywhere to look for him.
You did?
Everywhere. I did. Yes.
So
Yeah.
where was Charlie?
I hope you got that. I hope
Right.
you've written down your answer. And now in the story from the Bible, what gospel in the New Testament was it from? So there are 4 gospels,
Mhm.
and here they come. So was it number 1, Mark?
Number Matthew. Number 1, Matthew.
No, well, I could have just gone Mark, Matthew. Now I have to edit. So shush. In the story, in the Bible, what gospel was it from? Now there are 4 in the Bible. Okay, so was it from number 1, Matthew? Number 2, Mark. Number 3, Luke, or number 4, John. Okay, so is it Matthew, Mark, Luke? Okay, over to you, Sue.
Okay, also in the story, how old was Jesus? Was he 1, 7 years old?
Was he one? Oh, I thought you said was he 1?
Number 2,
Okay, yep.
was he 11 years old?
Yeah.
Number 3, was he 12 years old?
Mhm.
Or 4, was he 13 years old?
Oh, you've gone up in increments, haven't you? So now I don't know where I am with the age. Ooh, write it down. Write a guess down if you have to. Okay, so next question. How old was Jesus in today's story? That's Sue's one. So, okay. Next question. Where did Mary and Joseph eventually find Jesus? Was it 1 in the supermarket? I just joked. Was it 1 in the temple? Was it 2, the Passover in Jerusalem? Was it 3 at the Golden Gate of the city of Jerusalem? Or was it number 4, playing on his iPad in Jerusalem? Where do you think? Where do you think? Where do you think? Not repeating the questions. Just you'll have to have a guess. If you can't remember, just put a guess down.
Okay, final question. What did Jesus say when his parents found him? Was it? Oh, there might be more than one answer to this question.
More than one answer. Oh no, it's a tricky
It's
one.
a trick one. So I've got
Oh.
5 answers there.
5.
1, was it duh, and where you left me, of course. Was it 2? Why did you have to look for me? Was it 3? Didn't you know I'd be in my Father's house? 4? You didn't tell me to come, so I stayed here. Or 5? Oops! Sorry, I didn't notice the time.
Ooh, right.
It's tricky,
There could
isn't
be
it?
more than one there. Ooh, yes. Okay. Go on then, make a decision. Write it down.
And then we're going to tell you the answers.
And then the answer's coming very quickly. So 5,
Is Charlie going to tell us
4.
the answers?
No, he's not. 3,
No.
2, 1. That's it. Put your pencils down and take up your marking pencils. Okay. Well, it might be the same pencil, of course. Here come the answers. Sue, question number 1.
Question number 1, and the answer is number 3 in one of the sheds.
Oh, it was in one of yes.
We
yeah,
have
now,
many sheds in our garden.
Yes, now the
and
first shed-
Charlie was there.
he wasn't in the first shed, was he? No. So it was the second one. And he wasn't in the gazebo. So it was the third thing inside, which was a shed. That's absolutely right. Okay, so in the story, what gospel was it from? Well, it's the third one along. So that's Luke. So it's 3. The answer is question number 3. Or the answer is question number 2 is 3.
Strangely enough, the next question is also answer number 3,
Oh.
which is how old was Jesus, and he was 12 years old in the story.
And that's answer number 3, isn't it?
Mhm.
Yeah, okay. So where did Mary and Joseph eventually find Jesus? Well, it was answer number 1.
In the temple in Jerusalem.
In the temple in Jerusalem.
Right.
Easy as that.
Now the complicated one.
Oh, here we go.
If you said number 2, why did you have to look for me? Or number 3,
It's the temple
didn't
in
you know
Jerusalem.
I'd be in my Father's house?
Mhm.
The answer is correct for those 2. So if you've got either one of those, that's good. But if you've got both, excellent.
So what numbers
well
were they?
done. Number 2 and number 3.
Oh, to number 3.
And
Very
actually,
good indeed. Yes.
That one about in the temple in Jerusalem.
Yeah, you don't know
Are you
which way
gonna
around it,
show-
do you?
No, can you show how your craft
Well, we
goes?
cut out one of those. It goes like.
Because
goes
if
like
anyone's watching, how does it go?
that. Oh, right. Okay. So, well, I will put the design up and show you how to cut round it on the web. There'll be instructions there. But it ends up, let's get it the right way around, like this. Ta-da!
Oh, it's got the answer to the quiz.
Yeah, it's got answer to the quiz there. It goes on a baseboard like so, and then you put the front on, which is not cut out, but it will be in the video that I post about it like that. Look at that, what a grand temple that was. And the top was a kind of a T shape, but there was an upper level and a lower level, and the lower level around that same shape there, that was for they were they were rooms, okay, that you could get to through stairways that went up and down. So a magnificent building, and this great big chamber here, that was an area that you could get to as well. But that was on top of this, and that same amount of space underneath there, that was the temple bit where the altar was and everything. And then of course this area here,
Or is that the front?
you had the colonnades out the front. And then you had a huge interior area there.
And Jesus was around there somewhere then.
Yeah.
With
Well,
all the
actually,
teachers.
these are the colonnades bits here, and then the actual door there would have been in here, that bit there. So it was just magnificent. It was absolutely
It must have
magnificent.
been quite strange because imagine Jesus there with all the teachers of the law and they were all listening to him or he was asking them questions.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's like, could you imagine all your teachers at school going, oh, that's amazing, or listening to you? It shows how amazing
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
story is.
Right, and you've got some scroll stuff.
Yes, if you've done your scroll, you've got the yellow raffia I've used here, and if you open it up, you can write something on it. Now, we've been practicing my mirror writing because in Jesus' day, well, still today, they start from the right to the left on when they do their writing. So I thought, I'll do mirror writing. So I've written, my name is Susan Batchfront. So if you've ever done mirror writing, have a go. And just to say, the first time I saw mirror writing was in Lewis Carroll's book Alice Through the Looking Glass. And
Oh
you'll
my
find
goodness.
the whole of the poem, The Jabberwocky, in mirror writing. But that's just another little thing. But you can write anything in that, like secret, something secret, on your scroll. Because that's what they used to teach. You know, they would have had, that's what they would have read their
Oh,
scriptures
right,
on.
yeah. Well, I think it's it's nearly time to go now.
Oh, that's sad, isn't it? Well, but we'll be back in a fortnight's time, so whenever you're watching this, we will be back again on February the 2nd
Yep,
for our next Toast Club,
yep.
and that will be at 4 o'clock, or you can watch it later on the website.
Yeah. So let's
Or
just
YouTube
pray
channel.
pray
Okay.
before we go. Okay. Lord, please keep us safe. Please keep us vigilant as well. Please help us to enjoy our homeschooling. There's never going to be a time like this again, we hope, in our lifetime. So it's quite significant. So help us to make the most of it that we can whilst we're all stuck in lockdown. In your name we pray. Amen.
And Lord, we just also pray for anyone that's not been very well. Lord, you help them get.
Amen. Okay, folks. Well, we'll see you.
Yeah, and
We'll see you next time.
And say hi to Alex and Hadley if you're watching now. Good to see you. Bye.
See you later.